Like, this file has become a perfect file, and I'm going to show you how to prepare the file for uploading to the National Zoning Atlas editor portal. So we know from my last video that this file is a complete fail and needs lots and lots of work, but let's pretend like it doesn't, and we're going to go into the attribute table and get things ready for uploading. So we can see that we have the 3 zones, and we don't have any of the required columns that the National Zoning Atlas asks for in its methodology. So they would require you to have a column that is the jurisdiction, a column that is the county of that jurisdiction, and a column that is the abbreviated district name. These are most likely the abbreviated district names, but let's just check in the official regs to make 100% sure. So these are the zoning bylaws for Sandgate, and I'm going to check and see what they call their different jurisdictions. Here we go. So it's RR, F1, and F2. Yep, those are the 3 abbreviated district names. So we are confirmed these are correct. So we just need to relabel this column as abbreviated district name, which is a little more complicated in qGIS than it is in something like Excel. So you've opened the attribute table. Let's do that together one more time. I'm going to right click the layer we're working in. We're going to go open attribute table, and then we're going to go up here, make sure that we are toggled for edits, which we are. And there is this icon right here, the field calculator. We're going to open that, and we are going to create a field. The field's name is going to be jurisdiction, and you want to make sure that it's capitalized appropriately. So it's title case capitalization, capital J, jurisdiction, all lowercase. And we're going to make sure that the field type is text, because this jurisdiction, Sandgate, is a word. It's not like a number like 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we want the field length to be long enough to contain the name Sandgate, which I believe is 8 letters, but let's just make it 25 characters. And in the expression down here, we're going to tell it what we want that jurisdiction value to be for all of the rows. So because every single one of these rows is within the Sandgate jurisdiction, we're going to go single quotation mark, Sandgate, end quotation mark. So that tells QGIS that I want to create a column. The column title is going to be jurisdiction. It's going to be populated with data of the field type string or text. Those strings can have a maximum of 25 characters in them. They could be numbers, they could be letters, they could be symbols, but it's only going to be 25 of them. And that for all of them, it's going to pre-populate them with the word Sandgate. So we say okay, and you see it pop up right here. So we're going to do the same thing, and this time it's going to be the county that it's in. So we're going to call it, the field name is going to be county. Again, title, capitalization, with a capital C and the rest of it being lowercase, text, and we're going to say 25 characters, and we're going to say the county is Bennington. And we got to make sure that we enclose that in these little single quotes. We say okay, and it gives us a Bennington and a Sandgate. So now we want to create an abbreviated district name for each of these. And we already have one. The zone column is giving us the abbreviated district names. So what we can do is calculate that by creating abbreviated, oops, I don't want to have the quotation mark, abbreviated district name. And this is going to be, again, text with a field length of, I always just make it 25. And then you go in here, and instead of putting the little single quotation marks, which tell it that you want to populate with exactly what you're typing in the expression field, instead you're going to say zone. And that tells it to populate this, each column of the abbreviated district name, or sorry, each row of the abbreviated district name column with the corresponding zone value for that row. So we say, okay. And here's abbreviated district name. It's a little bit hard to read. And it gives it F1 for the F1 row, F2 for the F2 row, RR for the RR row. So you've essentially just created a duplicate zone column, but given it the correct column name. So now the last thing we're going to do is delete anything that we don't need. So over here, this one looks like it kind of has a matchstick on it, and the matchstick is red. That's the delete field button, and we're going to delete zone, and we're going to delete feature count. We're going to keep jurisdiction, county, and abbreviated district name. We say okay, and there you go. So now it is formatted. The The attribute table has all of the required columns with all the required values. You have exactly one row for each of the districts, and pretending that we had all of our polygons looking good, we would be good to go. And we would say, I'm going to reproject this one last time. So we'll go up to, I think it's Vector, Data Management Tools, and Reproject Layer. And we'll reproject our perfected layer to a new file. I'm going to save to file. And we're going to save it somewhere, wherever. I'm going to put mine on my desktop. And I want to save it as a GeoJSON and give it a name. I like to call them Vermont-Bennington, that's the county, -Sandgate. And I say save it. And I go run, and it will reproject it into the coordinate reference system that we need, WGS 84, just in case it's not already in that coordinate reference system. You save it, you close this, and look, there it is. There it is on our layers, our scratch layers. But it's also going to be on, sorry about my 5 million open emails. It's also going to be on wherever you saved it here as a GeoJSON. So here it is on my desktop, and I can upload it from there into Editor, and I will show you how to do that. Typically, you would go edit.zoningatlas.org. You would sign in, and I'm going to sign myself in. You would say I'm going to import my file, and I'm going to import my zoning district boundaries. You're going to select the team as Vermont Zoning Atlas. You're going to select the state as Vermont, and then you would choose the file. I would go to my desktop. I would say Bennington, Sandgate. I would say upload that, and then I would click the button that would upload the district boundaries. I'm not going to do that here because I know that my particular file still has errors in it, but at least you are meeting the requirements here, which are the upload must be a GeoJSON file using the WGS 84 coordinate system. It has these 3 different attributes that have been correctly added to your table, and that the spelling of the jurisdiction and county names are correct, et cetera, et cetera. So as long as you meet these requirements, it should upload, and then it will automatically show up in your jurisdictions page. So if you were to pick a jurisdiction, let me pick one in Chittenden County. Let's go to Burlington. I would go to Burlington, and whatever you had just uploaded would show up here on the jurisdiction map with all the boundaries populated in it. So it would look like that. And that's it. Thanks so much, guys.